Alright, so this is a stage 2 car, right?
Yeah, it's just a stage 2 WRX 2015.
Okay, so this is your car, and I'm going to be test driving it. I drive a stock 15 WRX, so let's see the noticeable differences right away here. Noticeable difference, louder exhaust. Let's see here. Shifter feels like it's a shorter throw than my car. My car does have the shift stop, but not knowing what else you did to your shifter.
Only thing is the shift knob, that's it.
Oh, so your shift knob is different, so it makes it feel like it's a shorter throw. There's a lot more girth. Yeah. I like girth. I'm a man of girth, so I feel natural holding the shift knob. I like it. It's not as notchy, which some people like, some people won't like. Yeah. I like it not as notchy because some people do like it being notchy because they feel like, oh, they know that it's in gear. Yeah. Even though this car, it's not notchy. I already know I put it in third gear. Okay. First gear is a lot cleaner to get into.
You lose that rev hang, that's notoriously known for cars.
Lose the rev hang, which is cool because my shifts feel like it's a lot more smooth. I'm not jerking my passengers as much. Giving it about, oh, you can see up there. Giving it about 20% throttle. You don't feel the surge that the stock map usually gives you.
Yeah, the stock might have built up boost at the partial throttle.
Yeah, so this is more of a linear, consistent feel.
Did you notice the difference in the sensitivity of the throttle? Base map has a very sensitive throttle.
Yeah, definitely. I like this one already better. It feels like I'm driving but I don't feel that kick that I like from my stock WRX. I feel a power here. It's a linear power. The power goes up and up and up as I go up on the RPM range, but I don't feel that surge of power. But I am actually not giving it 100% throttle. So.
Yeah, you definitely want to give it the beans for the boost to build up.
There's some people up there. I felt a surge that time. I gave it full throttle. I didn't go all the way up to red line, but it just pulls all the way up. Yeah, that felt good. That definitely gave a stronger pull than I'm used to, especially with my stock map. After about 4,000 RPM, I usually don't shift past 5,000 RPM because it's kind of pointless because there's no guts. It's gutless at that rev range. Oh,
I got the
rubbing it a little bit.
I haven't pulled my fenders yet, so I do rub a little bit when.
You rolled them though. Right?
I rolled them. I tucked them a little bit, but not hardcore.
In terms of suspension, I forget what suspension you have, but I like it. It's livable. You said you had it on the hardest setting, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels very comfortable to me.
Yeah, the IC coilovers, they feel softer than stock. The stock suspension on WRX is woo! And you can hear that nice low pass bypass valve.
Yeah. Oh, you have a bypass valve.
It's the stock one.
Okay. Yeah. So the bypass valve is more audible. I can hear the intake. When I let go of the throttle more immediately, I can hear that bypass valve. I didn't know that you could even hear the stock bypass valve. Oh man, shifting is just so much easier. It feels like it's a different transmission. Oh, lots of pops and burbles. See, this is for me. I'm still a youngin', but this I probably can't live every day driving and commuting to work. It doesn't have weird because it has higher volume in terms of exhaust and engine noise, but it doesn't have the same drone as my stock car. So even though it's louder, there's less drone, which is obviously a good thing.
I'm surprised the stock WRX even drone.
Yeah, I think they removed one of the resonators that the prior years had just to give it a little bit more
a little howl.
Yeah, a little howl, especially during the cold startups. You could hear some of that burble during cold startup back there. Oh man.
Yeah, do one more pull. See the difference in the power band all the way up to from 1,000 RPM to redline. And that's the main difference, honestly. It's just how the car handles from 1,000 to 6,500.
Now, I don't know how much you have invested to get to this stage 2 level, but it's, I would assume it's what, 3,000-4,000?
Yeah, it's up there. If you buy your parts used, then you're gonna have a better time. Like the stock J Pipe, which is the down pipe after the turbo, that could cost anywhere from 800 to 700 brand new. I bought it 400 installed.
Okay.
So there's stuff like that where you can find things that are cheaper. The main thing would be the access port, which is like 650, but you find it used for 500, 450. It starts to add up, and then I mean, over the years, it just happens.
Did you find any issues potentially buying a used part? Because for me, I like buying new cars, new parts, so I don't have to worry about things that have prior mechanical defects or damage.
Things like the access port, no problem. Then the intake, no problem again.
Okay.
The J pipe, I mean, that's like on the bottom of your car, so things like the gasket, whether you can reuse them, I was able to reuse them perfectly fine. So I didn't have any issues, but you know, your results may vary. The previous owner of this J pipe had some clearance issues that I didn't have. So
why did you not have clearance issues?
I don't know. I just, we bolted it on, and he the way he bolted on or something like that. Woohoo! Damn, yeah.
Yeah, it pulled. It definitely pulled. Felt good.
And you should just so clean with the stock one.
Oh, I'd be rocking back and forth.
Like it would hold the revs a little bit too long. So that makes your shift kind of slower, in my opinion.
Yeah, because it feels. I think they did the rev handling for emissions issues. I mean, emissions reasons, but the revs are. I mean, the shifting is so much cleaner. I don't feel like I'm jerking the car as much when I'm revving it high in the rev range. Especially when you give it full throttle, you actually feel a difference between full throttle and 50% throttle. Because my car, I give it full throttle and I feel like, okay, there's no difference from giving it full throttle and 50% throttle, especially in the mid-range, which is kind of disappointing, especially when you're trying to use it. Oh, Mustang trying to show us what's up.
So avoid the Mustangs.
Yeah,
it could be because of the throttle sensitivity, where you actually have to press harder. The stock one, you press it a little bit, it's like 50% already. So it gives you that kind of that illusion of like, oh, this car's
fast. Yeah, and that's why I bought the car when I test drove it, because you don't, I mean, test drive cars at 100% throttle. I test drove the car at 50% throttle tops, and it felt fast. I'm like, if it feels that fast at 50% throttle, I can't imagine. So I went for my braking period, and I expected to have twice the power, because I'm giving it twice the throttle application after I broke it in, and then I was disappointed after braking. And after braking, okay, well, you can't return it because you already put 1,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
So many sounds going on.
Yeah, it gives it a lot of personality characteristics that, you know, kind of like when I had the S2000, you had that VTEC crossover, you were just like, you kind of want to hit that. In this car, you kind of want to make it pop a little bit. You kind of want to hear that sound from the turbo. It gives it a lot of like fun characteristics. That makes this kind of car like the sports car, weekend warrior, or whatever you want to call it, kind of just a fun daily commuter.
And are you getting good fuel efficiency out of 26 miles per gallon. Are you serious?
Yeah, so the difference between a stock and some people say you get better MPG. We're pushing it pretty hard and we're still getting pretty good MPG. 26.1 right there.
So is that from the strip alone or just an average out of your last
looks like
gas
about
up?
900 miles. So I don't baby the car at all. So
Okay.
26.
So
kind of
the last 900 miles we've been averaging 26 miles per gallon. That's good because my my stock map I average 26 miles per gallon over the entire lifespan of the car. So you got more power obviously because when I'm giving it throttle, I notice a difference throughout the entire range, and you're getting the same fuel efficiency. What's up, guys? Long Wind here in my Stage 0 WRX. Gonna let my brother test drive it, see his input, see if he has any regrets upgrading to Stage 2.
Let's see.
You might notice it has the Android Auto, which is going to be a different review, but this was his and he gave it to me, which is cool.
You know, and try to help hook a brother up with that Subaru logo. Right off the bat, stock, it's quiet, which, you know, has its place. When you're not pushing on the car, having a quiet car is really nice.
Yeah, and you notice how you backed out and you didn't have to slow down and make sure you had clearance on your lip. You know, this is a daily. This is what you wanted to do.
Quiet. Because it's quieter, you can actually push it a little bit harder and not to worry about the
tension
and noise.
And that's what I was worried, because even though I wasn't driving as fast, as it sounded like you were going fast, so there was a lot of people looking around. And I drive fast in this car, and it's more incognito. No one's looking, because unless you have a trained eye, it doesn't sound like I'm going fast at all outside.
Yeah. Alright, so shifting averagely, like just casually, there's really powertrain wise, I haven't noticed any difference, any significant difference where you can tell a difference between, hey, wow, driving, you know, partial throttle is a lot better. But it keeps on reminding me that because it's quieter, you can push on it and it feels kind of fast. Like the quiet car can be fast because it's not making that much noise. So I'm gonna give it a good push right here a little bit. So I've got some good pulling. The shift is fine at casual driving to moderate. I have no issues right here. I do kind of feel disconnected from the car because you're losing a lot of feedback. I know sound is a pretty big impact for me, so when I'm driving 5th to 4th, I'm gonna have a hard time downshifting because you don't hear, you couldn't even hear at all. Like I actually downshifted that right there, and you just don't get that kind of audio feedback, and you get less information for me. Do you agree?
Yeah, it's really challenging. I can't pinpoint exactly why I have such a hard time downshifting this car smoothly. I don't know if it's because I'm a hack and I don't know how to downshift properly, but the audio feedback is definitely a huge player. The rev hang might be a little bit of a player, and the visceral feel of your exhaust being so loud, and the pops and burbles and the vibrations that it gives you into your seat makes me smile a little bit more than while I'm in this car. I'm not smiling at all. This just feels like, okay, I'm driving from point A to point B right now.
Not saying that the stock is like a boring car. It's just in compared to what I have, the Stage 2 versus stock it is a big difference because we just got off of that one and now we're into a stock one, and you can tell the difference. Like it's more refined in terms of experience, but it's not as fun.
And I could kind of see what you're saying about it being refined, meaning it's more luxurious in the sense that it's more toned down. But I felt taking out the volume of your exhaust, your car is a little bit more refined in terms of the mapping being smooth. This car, I have no idea. I can't predict it half the time what it's gonna do because the map is kind of has its mind of its own.
Yeah, I agree. Like right now, my foot's barely on the gas pedal, and I'm already at 12% throttle. And in my car, you can be a little bit more into it, and it's because it's less sensitive. You have a greater throw of control and refinement of the power band. I agree. It's this right here. You just got that mid-range punch. That's really great, but you do lose that top-end power, and I'm gonna probably try to witness that right now. Quick, just red light.
So going off of that, if for me, because I am still stock map, stock everything, I'm still debating whether or not I should go up to stage 1 or stage 2, and I think it depends on the person. If you're a light to moderate driver and you're not going to spend too much of your time up in the red line, then I think maybe the stock map might be the way to go because it feels faster than it actually is. You have a little bit more fun with it because you're not pushing it hard, but it still surges at the mid-range punch, which is where you're going to be driving from day to day. It's fun in that aspect, so I don't want to talk mess on my car because it's still fun as a daily driver and you're not pushing it hard. But I do get extremely disappointed when I do want to take it a step further on the weekend and push it to its limits and it's not giving me the same response. So if I wanted to push it hard, then definitely stage 2 is the way to go. But in terms of fun, if I never go up on the high RPM, I think stage 0, which is what I'm going to be calling it, is more fun day to day than the stage 2, because when I was driving John's stage 2 earlier, until he says no, just take it all the way to RPM up through to red line, I didn't have as much fun because it's not surprising me with this mid-range pull that keeps on pushing me back to that seat, even though like I'm not trying to go fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do a quick pull right here in third. So it feels good, but then it
catches you off guard, right?
Yeah,
You're going a lot faster than you think you are because it's so quiet.
Yeah, I think what happens is it goes. The stage 2 is a more linear power. This one is kind of like I want to say compared to the old school ones, but it has kind of like a on and off switch in the mid range where it's kind of like off and then boom, it goes. You kind of feel like the turbo kick in really hard, and then it starts to die down a little bit. But that thing pulled really good, so I'll be very happy if I didn't mod the car. Stage 0 stock is perfectly fine for every day. It's just for me right now when I'm driving it, if I do push it further, it just doesn't pull as hard through the top, and that's where a lot of fun happens. So like let's say if you're at a racetrack or you're cannon carving, you want to be at the high RPMs for you know like that. You're just hearing the engine roar and howl and just makes all cool sounds and stuff. But yeah, I honestly, do I regret going stage 2? There's a few things that kind of I still don't like. The rev hang is kind of annoying because it's very hard to predict, and it makes me not want to shift as fast. I want to go boom boom instead of like boom. You kind of want to ease off the clutch a little bit slower. But this is such a great car. I mean, it's hard to fault the stock one. But because I had the stage 2, I did so much research. A lot of people say the stock tune is really bad for our cars. Like it knocks a lot. And, it's not good for the engine. So
I don't. You know what? I've read that quite a bit too, and I don't see how Subaru would place a map that would cause engine failure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the engineers at Subaru have at least the same intelligence. If not, I'm hoping more than most of the guys that are deciding that the stock map is more dangerous to the engine than
2, they go back to stock because sometimes they worry about reliability, even though the stock map is so bad. Why would you know? It's kind of like, if you do go up, you have to deal with a few things when you go up into stage 2. You have to worry about reliability because you are pushing more power, and you have to worry about emissions and warranty. A lot of people, it's a big one for everyone. Is my warranty voided and stuff like that? That's a lot of things you have to think of. And for more horsepower, is it worth it? You know, that's kind of your call. If you do get a Cobb Access port, let's say you got the Cobb Stage 1 to you know, give you more top end power a little bit and get rid of that rev hang. Sometimes you get kind of hungry and you kind of just want more and more, because once you get the access port, you can just put in like a, you know, a $300, $400 pipe, and now you have so much more power.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a gateway.
Kinda,
yeah.
It's a gateway drug. It's your first tattoo. You get that first tattoo, and then pretty much you'll get a full sleeve within a few years, and that's kind of that might be partly why I'm not doing it. But the main reason for me is the warranty issues, because I need that reliability, and that's the reason why I bought a new car, so I don't have to be concerned about any issues that I can't afford later on.
Alright, so that kind of wraps up the stage 2 versus stock. I'm very happy with the stock. This is the mid-range punch gives it a certain personality that I just really enjoy. Just kind of like, you kind of like, oh, whoa, like, it's very surprising. It catches me off guard because I haven't been on this stock tune for a while.
Right, yeah, so you still have a little bit of fun if you're still, you're not pushing it too hard. I think after driving your car, I do have the Perrin shift stop, but the only difference with your transmission is I don't feel the notchiness, so I'm going to get that shift knob that you have, because it makes the transmission, the shifting experience so much more pleasurable.
Yeah, so I think all in all, stage 2 versus stage stock. Stay with stock. If you are in stock right now, just maybe get a shift stopper and a shift knob, and you're going to have a great experience.
And if that's someone like me who just daily drives the car every day, and I sit through LA traffic, so transmission issues or shifting issues is a big thing for me, so I'm going to have a little bit more fun, not cussing as much through LA traffic when I change out the shift knob. But that being said too, I'm not going to visit my time in the upper RPM range, because that's not what I do. So after driving his car, yeah, it was a lot of fun, but it kind of reaffirms my belief that, hey, I'm not going to go stage 2.
Yeah. See, so there you guys have it. Stage stock versus stage 2. I think both of us can agree that stock is good enough.